And when first, how's the team kind of responded since you've been back from the road trip?
We had a good film session today. We had a really good practice. Turning the page. Obviously, we're all disappointed, frustrated with our start, but we continue to come in, work at it, and address it.
Well, what have your conversations been like with the front office, with Gail and Joe, just about the slow start to the season?
Joe and I, we talk pretty much every day, and again, we all echo the same sentiment that we'll continue to work at it. There's definitely, we're all frustrated, want to be better, and we're all a part of, making sure that we do what we can to be better.
Can you put your finger on any common thread to those three lopsided losses?
Yeah, not to make any excuses, but, new group playing against really experienced teams. Boston, Denver, and OKC. So, if you don't compete for 48 minutes, play hard, play together against groups like that, they expose you. And so there's a lot that we can take from those games and try to make sure we implement it, but that's the biggest, it's the consistency for us. It's competing against no matter who we play against, and those were letdown games for us.
Historically, when a team starts the way the Pelicans have this season, a lot of attention starts turning to the head coach, maybe even the executives. Are you feeling any pressure for your job at the moment?
Look, when you take these positions, this is what comes with it. There's no way around that. When the team doesn't do well or doesn't start the way you want it to, I'm up front and center, and it's my responsibility to try to continue to help these guys get on track.
You mentioned that there needs to be more belief in what is taking place here.
Yeah.
How do you create that belief? Why have people lost the belief?
The new group, guys that half our team is new. Guys are stepping up into different roles. So it's a combination of just continuing to work at it all together. And it's easy when you get the wins because the wins validate what you're doing. But when you have some losses, sometimes that can be difficult. And that's the belief in everything that we're doing, and that's what we're working towards.
Willie, what's your message to the fans who are frustrated with the way the season started?
I understand it. I totally understand the frustration from fans. We all feel the same way, and we want to get it right.
A few years ago, you said you met with Devontae Graham when you were bringing him off the bench. When he was a starter, you're bringing him off the bench. You said you had a conversation with him. Did you have a similar meeting with Jordan Poole? Just how has he handled the transition towards leading the bench together?
Yeah, I talked to him before I made the decision. And it's tough. It's a tough transition for him, to be honest. But it's something he continues to work through. We continue to have conversations about it. But obviously he's competitive. He wants to be in the starting lineup. He wants to prove his worth. And this is something that he's experienced before, but new this season for him.
How do you block out the noise, personally?
Just continue to be me. Continue to have faith in what we're trying to accomplish. You guys have been around me now for 5 years. I haven't changed my approach, and I'll continue to come in, have ownership in what we're doing, but continue to work at it.
Coach, talk about the experience stretch that y'all just went through. Can you talk about seeing that early and how that set y'all up for the rest of the season?
Say it again?
That experience stress, seeing Boston, seeing OKC, seeing those teams early. What do you take from that?
Well, it's all meant to, when you go through difficulties, you can pull together, and it can help you in the long run. It can help you become better. And that's the goal here, is that, we're not starting the season the way we want to. We all understand that. I'm confident in this group. It's new for all of us. We'll continue to work through it. But hopefully it makes us better as we progress throughout the season.
What makes you confident in a group that is half new?
It's just who I am. I have faith. I have belief. We believe in the processes that we're trying to reach, and I have belief in our players.
When you were a player and you were in situations where the team wasn't succeeding as much as they, maybe were projected to, maybe there were conversations about, the head coach transitioning and there being a replacement. How did you attack the day-to-day? What was your approach in terms of, how you carried yourself?
Control the controllables. There's certain situations that we can't control, but we can come in and we can collectively compete harder. We can play more together. We can be more connected. we can sustain that for more of a 48-minute game. Those are things that we can control.
At a human level, is it tougher to come in with that same level of focus as, say, if you were winning a lot more?
It can be for sure. I mean, the wins validate what you're doing. When you have losses, sometimes that can make it tough, but we got to stick with it.
With the new group, which players do you lean on? If you had CJ or BI, they would kind of take charge of the locker room. With a new group, a young group, who do you lean on?
We're leaning on the core guys that have been here. Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, Z, adding DeAndre Jordan and Kevon Looney was great for us. So we have leaders here. But it's just going to take work for us, and that's what we're committed to doing. Look, again, we're all frustrated. I feel the fans' frustration. We're all disappointed in our start, but we can't just stay there. We got to turn the page and keep working towards getting better.
Can you speak on how the rookies are dealing with these losses? You see Jeremiah Fears, he's starting, but Derek Wee's minutes are dropping a little bit. How are they reacting?
They've been fine. Both of those guys are working their tails off. They're still enjoying the process, enjoying the opportunity to have this platform and playing it on an NBA level.
Is there more of a decision between why Derek Queen has played a little bit more early and hasn't been playing?
Well, we got Kevon back, got Derek back, so just not enough minutes at the 5 spot right now. But we'll try to continue to mix them in when we can.
Fears specifically, can you speak to his level of comfort and growth so far?
I'm super excited about what he's bringing. He's a competitor. He's relentless. He adds a different dynamic to our group, being a ball handler that can attack the paint, kickouts. He guards well, so he's doing a lot well for us on the floor.
We haven't had a chance to talk to you since your past 2 games. It seems like you've kind of found your rhythm, at least from outside. Is it just because of the injury and getting back into the flow of things?
Could be that. I think the biggest thing is just shooting the ball with confidence and just getting back to the flow of things. Law of large numbers. More times, the more sample size you get, the more it's going to go back to where it's supposed to be. So I think that's really all it is.
Trey, what would you say this team is right now, mentally, just as far as trying to come off of the 6 losses?
We're definitely in a spot where we need to win games, and we are not happy with what's going on right now. We have to play better as a team, and we have to go out there and fight, compete. That's the biggest thing right now is that we have to go out there and compete.
So much of sports requires like a belief in your team, belief in your system, belief in something that's like larger than the individual. How difficult is it to not let go of the rope when it comes to that belief, just the way things are starting?
I mean, we're professionals. We're supposed to do our job. And so our job is to go play basketball to the best of our abilities. We have to go do that. And I think that we haven't been doing that as a team, and we just have to get back on track with that and figure that out ourselves.
Where does it start? What do y'all have to do first to get yourselves playing the way you need to play?
I mean, me, myself, I have to be a better leader. I have to, get my guys ready to play. I have to make sure that people are, motivated and they are fired up to play the game. And I could do a lot better job of that. And I think it's just within us. At the end of the day, we're basketball players, and we want to compete. We want to win. As we find it within ourselves to go win games.
You've talked a lot about wanting to play the right way, finding the right shots for your teammates, but sometimes that right shot is you yourself taking the shot. So what's been the balance for you in terms of reading what the defense is giving you, taking on more of a playmaker role versus being like, all right, you know what, they're slightly contested, I'm going to still pull, and it's going to be a good shot for us because you're a good shooter?
I think the biggest thing is playing off an instinct and not trying to think too much about the game. Playing off an instinct when the game come to me, but also still being aggressive. I still try to find that balance. I'm not perfect, obviously. I'm not trying to say that I have it all figured out, but with experience and time, I'm going to figure it out and keep finding that balance of playmaking, getting guys open looks, and then scoring myself.
Trey, you feel like if y'all get, once you get that first win, that things might be kind of turn in the right direction?
For sure. I mean, there's a lot of times you just need one. I mean, my rookie year we started off 1-13. I want to say 3-13. I don't remember it, and we ended up making the playoffs. So it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish.
Trey, Willie had talked about playing like very experienced teams in this early stretch. What are your takeaways from seeing teams like OKC, Boston, Denver this early?
I mean, they've known how to win for a while, and that's what we're trying to get to. And so we got to find ways to take things from those teams and also compete and outplay them, playing hard.
And blocking out distractions between the things going on. So, like, what does it look like?
Not paying attention to it. As simple as that. Just focusing on what's happening on the court and in between these 4 lines.
How much can you put on? There's so many new pieces on this team, so many different people that maybe are still trying to figure each other out. I mean, how much is the start of the season based on that?
I mean, it's part of it, but I mean, we're not the only team that has new pieces and stuff like that. So we just got to figure it out, and nobody's going to feel sorry for us. We're not going to go out there and make excuses because, we've had guys in and out of the lineup a little bit. We just got to figure it out and just play hard. I think that's the biggest thing is just playing hard and competing.
I know you and Jordan Poole are a little bit close. Have you been able to talk to him about how he's adjusting, transitioning from being a starter in the preseason, early on in the season, to now taking more of a bench leader role?
Yeah, no, we've talked about it for sure. I mean, that's about it, really.